Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're pitting the first and second seasons of Squid Game against each other to see which takes the giant piggy bank of cash. Major spoilers for both seasons will ensue.
그럼 지금부터 투표를 시작하겠습니다.
Round 1. Games. Season 1 created an instantly iconic image as a group of unsuspecting players lined up for the world's deadliest game of red light, green light.
무궁화꽃? 그 옛날에 어릴 때 하던 거 말이야?
It set a precedent for an anxiety-riddled show where childhood games become a deadly survival competition.
두 번째 게임을 시작하기 전에 각자 앞에 보이는 네 가지 모양 중 하나를 선택하여 그 앞에 서주세요.
Whether the players were tasked with meticulously carving an umbrella shape from honeycomb candy, collecting enough marbles to live, or walking across an elevated glass bridge, Season 1 kept finding dementedly inventive ways to raise the stakes.
밀지 말아요. 내가 갈게요.
걱정 마. 내가 널 왜 죽이겠어.
The titular Squid Game might not be as creative as what came before, but it's every bit as sadistic in what boils down to a bloody brawl to the death and an internal morality struggle. While Season 2 takes its time returning to the island, there's still room for fatal games of chance like rock, paper, scissors meets Russian roulette.
아마 영화에서 보신 적이 있으실 겁니다. 러시안 룰렛이라고. 이 권총에 총알 하나를 넣고
When the games officially get started again, Gi-hun and the audience know what awaits as the players step into the red light, green light arena.
여기 주목! 지금부터 제가 하는 말 잘 들으세요. 이거 그냥 게임이 아닙니다. 게임을 하다 걸리면 죽습니다.
That doesn't make it any less intense as contestants are gunned down, despite Gi-hun's warnings and guidance. At the risk of revealing too much, Season 2 also adds a few new games like six-legged pentathlon and mingle.
와, 다 같이 짝짓기 진짜 재밌겠다, 그치?
The latter two emphasize teamwork, but the longer people play, the more likely somebody will eventually be thrown under the bus.
나 한 번만 더 반말하면은 다음에 너 버린다.
Season 2 only features 3 official games, one of which we already saw in the previous season. The first season not only included more games, but each of them left a greater impact than the ones introduced in Season 2. Round 1 thus goes to Season 1.
게임의 규칙만 잘 지키면 약속된 상금과 함께 무사히 이곳을 나가실 수 있습니다.
Winner, Season 1. Round 2, Action. Between red light, green light and the final game, Season 1 opens and closes with heart-pounding set pieces.
우리 어릴 때 이거 많이 했지. 기억나? 여기 지나면 뭐라고 했는지?
Yet the season isn't quite as action-heavy as you might expect. Most of the games, such as PUBG, put more pressure on the player's mental state, focusing on slow-building suspense rather than adrenaline.
한 번만, 제발.
Even the more physically challenging games like Tug of War only offer so many possibilities in terms of action choreography and staging. As over-the-top as Season 1 might have been, it could also be surprisingly intimate, with the action taking a back seat to what was going through the characters' heads.
넌 건너편 골목으로 가봐. 나 반대편 팀들 살펴볼게.
네, 형.
Although Season 2 has fewer games, it compensates in the action department. The six-legged pentathlon and mingle require the players to be on their toes at all times. But the most action-packed moments are not the games themselves. When the remaining contestants are torn on whether or not to keep playing, a heated confrontation turns a bathroom into an all-out war zone. The season saves its most impressive action set piece for last, as Gi-hun's team stages a rebellion against the masked enforcers. The sequence makes impeccable use of its environment as the armed players attempt to take control of this colorful madhouse.
얘 겁나는 거 알아요. 저도 많이 겁나거든요. 근데 지금이 아니면은 다 같이 살아서 여기 나갈 수 있는 기회는 다시 없을지도 몰라요.
Even if they don't succeed, it feels like the rules have been forever changed. Ironically, Season 1 may have more games, but Season 2 goes bigger whenever it can. delivering grander action that goes off the rails. This round belongs to the sophomore season. Winner, Season 2. Round 3, Pacing.
무슨 소리예요?
Season 1 introduces us to the games through the eyes of Gi-hun, one of the many contestants who doesn't realize what he signed up for until he's running for his life. Even after getting a taste of the games, Gi-hun struggles to stay away.
456번.
예.
Each episode keeps us guessing what unspeakable horrors await the players next. Between the games, Season 1 takes time to touch upon what makes the players tick, while gradually revealing what's happening behind the scenes.
인원 점검 중입니다. 그대로 문 앞에 대기해 주세요.
This balance of character development, moral quandaries, mystery, and spectacle makes for a riveting season of television without a dull moment. It builds to a killer finale, with the games truly just getting started.
그거냐? 내가 게임을 그만둘까 봐?
그래!
Although Season 2 hits several familiar beats, it doesn't rehash the same formula. The first 2 episodes primarily take place off the island, allowing more time to flesh out Gi-hun and his new allies.
지금 기회를 놓치면 다시 1년을 기다려야 할 수도 있어요.
알았어.
Finding the only way to end the games is from the inside, Gi-hun returns to the island. While Gi-hun has played before, the rules have been modified somewhat. Namely, players can vote on whether they should continue playing between games.
투표는 역순으로 진행하겠습니다.
Desperation and greed repeatedly trump common sense and humanity, stressing the show's central theme. Yet, watching the characters vote can get redundant as we eagerly await the next game. The ending is also a little abrupt, feeling more like a mid-season finale than a season finale.
잘 봐. 네 영웅놀이의 결과가 어떤 건지.
While we wouldn't call Season 2 slow, certain sections can get sluggish. Season 1 is tighter and fresher with a more satisfying finish, claiming this round.
잘 들어. 난 말이 아니야. 사람이야.
Winner, Season 1. Round 4, Supporting Players.
야, 상우야! 상우 맞네!
Upon arriving on the island, Gi-hun develops bonds and rivalries with several other players. The standouts include a former childhood classmate named Cho Sung-woo, a street-smart pickpocket named Kang Se-byuk, and a mysterious old man who knows more than he's letting on.
이긴 건가?
As engaging as these characters are, it's clear from the get-go that most of them will not survive. That doesn't make it any less gut-wrenching when Ji-young makes the ultimate sacrifice or when Han Min-yo exacts revenge against the villainous Jung Duk-soo at the expense of her own life.
뭐 하는 거야?
순진한 새끼. 네가 정말 너 대신 죽어줄 줄 알았냐?
Although we tell ourselves not to get too attached, we can't help but become invested even when a player doesn't get much screen time.
손을 치우세요.
Although Gi-hun returns in Season 2, the roster is otherwise comprised of new players.
놓지 못한 것들이 너무 많아. 떠날 수도 머물 수도 없구나. 용을 써도 소용없어. 네 팔자가 그래.
Gi-hun recognizes one in Jung-jae, an old friend who becomes a dedicated ally during the games. Other newcomers include a transgender former soldier named Hyun-ju, a pregnant woman named Kim Jun-hee, and a mother-son duo.
엄마. 내가 미안해.
아니야, 괜찮아.
With Gi-hun attempting to save as many lives as possible, a strong camaraderie forms among the players.
하나, 둘, 셋 하면 필승 하는 거야. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋, 필승!
Working together, we're given hope that more than one will survive the games this time. Of course, it wouldn't be Squid Game without a few players only looking out for themselves. Enter Thanos, one of the season's most unhinged villains.
Bowed you no choke. I'm a legend, Thanos.
Both seasons had stellar ensembles, making this a difficult round to call. With Season 2 focusing less on the games, though, more time is dedicated to exploring character dynamics. The friendships that grow under savage circumstances give the season an unexpected heart, emerging as this round's victor.
괜찮아요. 다 같이 잘해서 이번 게임 끝나고 같이 나가면 되잖아요.
Winner, Season 2. Round 5, Twists. From the second the red light, green light robot turned her creepy head, we suspected that Season 1 was about to take a grim turn.
방금 무슨 소리예요?
We nonetheless jumped out of our seats as guns started blazing, sending the players running and freezing in terror. Every game that followed came with an alarming twist that kept us on pins and needles.
상대의 구슬 10개를 모두 따내는 사람이 승리합니다. 다시 한번 말씀드립니다. 각자 자신의 구슬을 가지고 옆에 있는 짝과 시합을 벌여 상대의 구슬 10개를 모두 따내는 사람이 승리합니다.
Meanwhile, an overarching mystery is unraveled as Detective Hwang Jun-ho infiltrates the games under the guise of a guard, discovering what happened to his long-lost brother In-ho. As shocking as it was learning that In-ho was the frontman, nothing tops the reveal that the kindly old Oh Il-nam set this all into motion.
물 좀 주겠나?
Season 2 has a handful of devastating deaths and brutal betrayals that threw us for a loop. The biggest question mark throughout the season is the frontman, who joins the games as Player 1. Although Player 1 allies with Gi-hun, we know that he's working another angle.
여기서 죽은 사람들의 목숨값입니다. 저기 저 돈도 마찬가지고요.
아니 뭐 그렇게까지 생각하실 필요가 있나요? 그 사람들을 선생님이 죽이신 것도 아니고 그러신다고서 뭐 죽은 사람들이 살아오는 것도 아니고.
When he'll show his true colors remains unclear until the season finale. With the uprising underway, Player 1 sabotages everything. Faking his death, he resumes his role as the frontman. As a cruel final twist, the frontman makes Gi-hun watch as he eliminates Jung-jae. Although this seemed inevitable in some respects, we still didn't see this jaw-dropping ending coming. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Making the frontman a player was an inspired twist for Season 2. That said, it may have hit a little too close to Season 1's final reveal, reminding us never to trust anybody assigned the moniker Player 1.
나랑 게임 한 번 더 하자.
Squid Game 2 admirably maintains momentum, but the OG was a breath of fresh air that's difficult to replicate. Congratulations, Season 1. The 45.6 billion won is yours.
우승 축하합니다. 대단한 경기였습니다.
Winner, Season 1. Which season of Squid Game did you prefer? What do you hope to see in Season 3? Let us know in the comments.
잠시 후 두 번째 게임이 시작됩니다. 참가자들은 진행 요원들의 안내에 따라 이동해 주시기 바랍니다.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.